Hi, I'm Vinon Nguyen, and today our lesson is on basic mental math tricks. It's perfect for students in 3rd through 6th grade, just like you. An introduction to this lesson is that students will be able to improve upon their addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division skills by using mental math tricks to help them solve problems a lot faster. First, we'll do an addition trick called adding with nines. We'll then do a subtraction trick called subtracting from 1,000. Next, we'll do a multiplication trick called multiplying by 11s. And finally, we'll do a division trick called estimating percentages. Don't forget to check out the appendix and extra practices at the very end. Our first trick is called adding with nines, but first, I have a story to tell you. One day, there was a very lonely number 9. It really wanted to become the number 10 because 10 is 1 more than 9. So 9 became 10. Now when we add the number 9, remember that 9 has become 10 for now. As you can see here, 9 has magically become 10. That day, there was a partner activity. 10, or 9 in disguise, really wanted to partner up with 2. And together, their sum became 10 plus 2. Do you know what 10 plus 2 is? Well, 10 plus 2 is actually 12. It's right here. But remember, 9 was only pretending to be 10. Since 9 is actually 1 less than 10, let's take 1 away from their group sum. The partnership of 10 plus 2 made a sum of 12. But since we took 1 away from it, that sum now becomes 12 minus 1, which is 11. Therefore, our grand total is 9 plus 2 is equal to 11. In summary, if that story was too hard to comprehend, there are 2 basic steps. You first add 10 to the number, then you subtract from the sum. All you need to remember is to add 10 and subtract 1. Adding with 10 is a lot easier than adding with 9. Once you reach double digits, just increase that next place value by 1. Let's first practice with adding with nines. We'll do the first problem here. And the remaining 3 problems, you can always check out this slideshow in order to complete on your own as extra practice. 4 plus 9. Our first step was to add 10 and then subtract 1 from that grand total. 4 plus 10 is equal to 14. And then we need to subtract 1 from that total. So 14 minus 1 is equal to 13. Therefore, 4 plus 9 is equal to 13. Here are the solutions to the other problems, but let's not peek yet. Our next trick is to learn how to subtract from 1,000. Pop quiz, do you know what 1,000 minus 467 is? I sure don't, but we'll learn with this trick. Trick number 2 is called subtracting from 1,000. There are 3 easy steps to subtract from 1,000. First, you subtract 1 from 1,000. Subtracting 1 from 1,000 makes 1,000 minus 1, which is 999. Then you take away 1 from the number that you're subtracting. So, for example, if you add 1,000 minus 467, then you take 467 minus 1. 467 minus 1 is equal to 466. Our third step is to find the difference between these 2 numbers. So 999 minus 466 from the second part is equal to 533. And 533 is your answer. If you don't know how to do this part, there are some tips in the next few slides. To subtract a number from 999, just place 999 on the top, your number on the bottom, and simply subtract digit by digit. What I mean is this. Let's subtract 999 from 466 and put it in a vertical position. So 9 minus 6 is equal to 3, 9 minus 6 is equal to 3, and 9 minus 4 is equal to 5. All you have to do is subtract straight down and you'll get your answer of 533. Let's practice subtracting from 1,000. We'll use the trick of first subtracting 1 from 1,000, then subtracting 1 from your number. So in this case, it would be 999 minus 457 minus 1. 457 minus 1 is equal to 456. So 999 minus 456 is equal to, if that's too hard for you, you can always do that on a piece of paper as practice for now. Then later on, when you become more fluent with it, you can always do it mentally. In this case, 999 minus 456 is 543. These last three problems you can always do on your own by checking out the slideshow. Here are the solutions to the problems. Now let's learn to multiply by 11. Here's a little creature to motivate you to keep learning math and to keep learning how to do mental math tricks. Our next trick is to multiply by 11, but let's use the example of 53 times 11. There are 3 steps to this trick. First, the numbers that we are multiplying with are 5 and 3 because we are multiplying 53 times 11. Put 5 and 3 on the side and a blank in the middle. For our second step, we want to add these 2 digits. 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. And so our mystery number with the blank in the middle is actually 8. And so all we have to do is fill that 8 in. Our total number is now 583. So 53 times 11 is actually 583. But there's a special case. If your sum is more than 10, you need to put the ones place of the sum in the blank and add 1 to the place value to the left of it. Let's go over this case. Here's an example of the special case, 11 times 94. We first split the 9 and the 4, and we leave a blank in the middle like how we did in the last problem. Then we add 9 and 4. But the problem with this problem is that the sum is actually 13 instead of a number below 10. What do we do with that? We cannot put 2 numbers in one blank. So we take the ones place from 13, which is 3, and we put it into that blank. But where does the 1 go? This 1 is actually added to the place value on the left. In this case, the place value on the left is 9. So 9 plus 1 is equal to 10, and our final answer is 1034. Therefore, 11 times 94 is 1034. Let's practice multiplying by 11. And again, I'll take you through the first problem, but the remaining 3 problems you can always do on your own by referring to this slideshow on the website. 11 times 23. First, we take the 2 digits, 2 and 3, and we put them to the sides with a blank in the middle. Then we add these 2 digits. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, and so 5 is that mystery number that goes in the middle. So our answer for 11 times 23 is 253. And again, refer to the slideshow for remaining practice and the last 3 problems. Here are the solutions to the multiplying by 11 exercises. Now let's go on to our very last trick, estimating percentages. Do you know what 18% of 50 is right off the bat? I sure don't. but we'll learn this trick called estimating percentages. 18% of 50 may sound very hard, but there's a neat way to solve it. It's to simply switch the number with the percentage and to think of it the other way around. Instead of doing 18% of 50, why don't we just do 50% of 18? 50% is basically taking 1/2 of a number. And in this case, taking 50% of 18 is basically taking 1/2 of 18. This is equal to 9. And that's your answer. If you don't believe me, you can always check out a calculator. Pro tip: if it still doesn't work when you reverse the order, you can try to separate the percentages into easier parts and add them up. For example, you can break down 27% into 25% and 2%. And 2% can be broken down into 1% and 1%. All you have to do is find these individual parts and then add them together. Let's practice estimating percentages now. Again, I'll do the first problem with you, and the remaining problems you can always do on your own with the link to the slideshow. 26% of 50 can be reversed around to say 50% of 26. In this case, 50% of 26 is basically asking for half of 26. Half of 26 we know is 13, and therefore 13 is your answer. You can do the remaining problems through the slideshow. And here are the solutions to the estimating percentages exercises. Yay, you finally learned 4 mental math tricks. I hope they'll help you to do math a lot faster in the future. And here are some friends on the bottom to help you encourage and to motivate you to do mental math. Here is a slide for extra practices, including mental math games and videos, as well as worksheets. You can find links to different games to do mental math or additional worksheets to help you practice problems if you ever need help on any of these 4 mental math tricks. And I'm Vinon Nguyen again. Thank you for listening to this lesson, and I hope you learned a lot of these mental math tricks by viewing this presentation. Goodbye.